Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps on Manstein difficulty. We are currently at France, and as usual I've already completed the setup phase. Let's take a look at our units. I've bought, as always, elite reinforcements and completely overstrengthened them. I'm not sure if this is necessary for this scenario, because the enemy troops are still without any experience and our units are now really overpowered, so maybe we could do with a cheaper setup, but well, I didn't want to risk anything, and the overpowered units should be really effective against them because of their oath ranks and their higher experience. They should be able to suppress a lot of the enemy units during the fights. So we should take, well, rather moderate losses on this one. We got another elite unit. It's another infantry, unfortunately. I would like a tank, but we didn't get one so far. I bought a Panzerjäger to gain experience for it, and I bought another fighter. The rest of our army is still the same. We have a +3 attack hero on this fighter bomber, which is really great. And I think there's not much else that's really interesting. So let's take a look at the setup. The Air Force, well, it's just deployed, doesn't matter. But the ground troops, the setup is concentrated in the center. So we will try to force our way into this city on the first turn. I've concentrated a lot of infantry and artillery around this city. I don't think we will be able to break the 15th rank's defensive ring in the first 2 or 3 turns. So I will rather try to pierce it and then trying to hit the artillery units from the back. As usual, I want this city, so artillery and 2 infantry units should be enough. And well, maybe we might even be able to attack there. I'm not sure if we can take the city, but we will attack, definitely attack. And I hope we can take that one. And from there out on, we have to react to the situation. Mostly depends on where the French are going to reinforce. Is it in the back or on the front? Depending on that, we will push through Paris directly or move around. So let's see how we do. See you on the battlefield. Okay, here we are. So let's kick things off and, well, expect our offensive to be a complete success, of course. First, as always, attack on this city. I'm bringing the Gebirgsjägers for additional mass attack bonus. Well, and we got a plus attack hero for our Fallschirmjäger. That's good. And the city is ours. Unfortunately, well, this attack was really poorly, so we couldn't destroy this unit. So we are building a defensive ring here. Wow, that was a big hit. 9 damage on this tank. The +3 attack bomber is really paying off when you attack tanks. And the artillery got pretty damaged too. So, well, pretty successful start. Now we have to clear the way for the attack on this city. Infantry in the open. Usually no problem. But a 15th ranks infantry is not that easy to destroy, so we will need artillery support as well as for this crappy artillery. Otherwise, you're not able to force a withdrawal. Don't want this one to retreat. Big hit on our pioneers. But now the city should be an easy target. Well, that's it. First success. Now let's see what we can do on this city. Not much artillery left, unfortunately. But we're risking the attack anyways, and the overstrength really pays off. Yeah, suppressing them so they really can do only very little return fire and we take no losses. No, doesn't work always, but it definitely helps. We even are able to reach this artillery on the first turn. I didn't expect that, but well, that's really helpful. Now the defensive setup for the airplanes. Once again, we take a look at the defensive setup. Unfortunately, we cannot trap them there because we were not able to force them back. Well, I think that's pretty much impossible on Manstein. So our surprise attacks will be around there in the center. So let's hope we can achieve something there. We're getting pounded and losing our precious overstrengths. It actually really hurts. It's only one hit point, but an expensive one. Luckily our fighter suppresses the attacking planes so they can do no damage. And once again, those hits are really expensive. But there's nothing we can do to prevent it. Running into defensive artillery fire. It's never a good idea. Attacking the city. Well, I'm not sure if we were lucky or it was a stupid idea, I don't know. Another 9 strength points hit. And now the tanks are easy prey for our bombers. Oh well, +2 defense on the Stuka, that's really crappy. Because, well, we hope our Stuka never gets attacked, so this is completely useless. Doing only 1 damage, but that's enough, it will retreat. Bringing in 2 planes. It survives with 1 hit point. As always, we try to damage all the enemy planes and maybe shoot down 1 or 2. Well, that's not... once again they get lucky and the plane survives. At least we can shoot down this one. Now it's time to pierce the defenses and get through to the artillery. Quickest way is to force surrenders, because 15th ranks units in the woods are really hard to dig out. So this one is gone, surrounded by their own units. Unlucky hit on the pioneers. But we have enough troops there, so it doesn't matter. Here the defenses are already shattered. Should be able to reach the artillery next turn. We were not able to break through in this turn. All the light tanks are no match for the Panzer IV, fortunately. They reinforced the artillery. Now we should be able to get it. Still not. This time we are not playing around with this artillery. They are simply too dangerous. Ooh, that was a big hit on our infantry, but well, nothing we can do about it. On Manstein, the problem is, once the units get too damaged, they're pretty much completely useless, because they're easy prey for counter-attacking units. Once again, our Overstrength tank gets compounded. That's expensive. Non-core fighter takes a hit. We don't care. And they're reinforcing on the front line. This is really helpful for us. And very interesting, because on Rommel difficulty, the strong point was here, and I think here on Guderian it was here and here, and on Manstein it will be around Paris and there. So different tactics needed, and I think we will try to break through on the sides, because the sides are reinforced as well, so we cannot use the bridges. So I think the best way to do it is, well, cross the rivers and surprise them. Now this one is pretty much out of business. It runs a high risk of getting completely wiped out if we risk too much. And now it's cleanup duty. This artillery is still pretty well protected, so we have to push through one of those units, force them back, even risking a tank. Ooh, 2 hit points lost, but I think it's worth it. Not very successful. This anti-tank cannon gives us a hard time. Wow, 5 hit points by this fighter. Big hit on the tank, and it wouldn't have mattered. The Stuka would have gotten him anyways. Now the enemy tank force is already eliminated. Now we have found the enemy air force, surrounding them, and hopefully we can finish off this dangerous French fighter. This is actually really strong and is hurting us quite a bit. Now it's gone. And very interesting thing you should pay attention to. If there's a bomber, fighters will always escort them if it's damaged, I think. So you don't have to worry about that one. Only the air unit on the airfield, directly on the airfield, can reinforce. So the fighter will always stay at one strength point and will be no danger. So, well, that's very important when you plan your air attacks. Don't worry about retreating fighters if they have a bomber to escort. Now we are getting in position to cross the river, the Seine. Ooh, and we're getting pounded by the enemy artillery. More reinforcements. And now the enemy bombers are easy prey. We can use them to gain experience for our fighters. Unfortunately, we don't manage to damage this bomber, so it will be in action next turn. Forcing another surrender is very important. The units are simply too strong to quickly destroy them otherwise. And now we can surround Paris. Our Luftwaffe is doing a great job. Now they are out of ammunition and we are finishing off the last pockets of resistance. +1 attack for the artillery. Well, that's nice. Another Iron Cross, and here even this unit is useful again. And now if you take a look, we are not presenting any targets for the enemy bomber, only around here. And this one is protected. The other ones I think are out of vision range. Yeah, this one has a spotting range of 1, this one 2. Spotting range of 2, but this is not an issue. So actually this is the primary target they will go for, unless they have a unit here that can spot. So it's one of those two, and they are guarded. So we are happy to let the bomber attack. Neutralizing the city is always good. No more reinforcements there. Yeah, they're seeing those 2 units. They're non-core units. I'm offering them for artillery bombardment. And the 88 is always a high priority target. Don't know why. More work for our fighters. That's a great way to gain experience. And now we are able to hit them from the back. Always expect there's artillery. And luckily retreats on the river, which is a bad idea. Now finally this one is gone. I think it's on hold position, so you don't have to worry, but better safe than sorry. Once again, crossing the river and hitting them from the back is a big help. We're draining them of ammunition. Should have forced a surrender there, actually. Oh, no. It's impossible. 1 attack for the infantry. Well, great. And getting rid of the air defenses is always a priority. And our Luftwaffe is really busy this time. Once again, going for the air defenses. No, not this time. Don't know why. But there we might be able to force a surrender. Yeah, that's it. Always a good way to stock up on prestige. We had some left, but we are not really rolling in prestige, so we can do with a little bit more. They have only one vision range, so this is a perfect trap. Always check on the vision range. Anti-tank cannons sometimes have 2 vision and sometimes only 1. Keep that in mind. Big hit by the bomber. This is preparing the way for our attack. We want a softened up target once we can break through there. Now the artillery is gone. We only need to finish off. Yeah, another surrender. We only need to finish off those air defenses, and now we are able to pound them with our Luftwaffe. And now we should be able to clear out the artillery around Paris. They're really putting up a fight. Not a big hit on our infantry, but it's not dangerous because they are guarded by artillery. And once again, hitting them from the back, always the best solution. And we first have to clear out air defense. And now the way is safe for our bombers. Five hit points lost for them, that's great. And the scout car really useful on taking undefended cities because it can take a look and then move and take the city. Ah, not an expensive hit on our tank. Don't like that. And wow, attack +1 for our fighter bomber, so it's now +4. This will be a real tank killer. Taking a look and taking this city. This is really great. Another surrender there. Brings a lot of prestige. And we are really speeding down to the south. Because we absolutely have to catch them before they buy reinforcements there. Another surrender. I'm not able to stop the replay, unfortunately. I don't know, there's something broken. Ooh, big hit on our Panzerjäger. But never a good idea to use anti-tank cannons to attack infantry. And still very busy Luftwaffe. And empty city. We want to immediately take it and block all cities. We don't want reinforcements there. Now we have to surrender. Finally taking this city. I don't have enough troops for forcing surrenders there. Ah, well, I have. Every little thing helps. Well, and now we're peeking down there. But the resistance in the eastern part pretty much is broken. Speeding up with railway transports to absolutely block them everywhere. Well, I think now it stopped. No? It didn't? No, just watch. I cannot control it anymore. We don't want to risk this 5 strength unit, so I'm pulling it back. Maybe we can take another city with them. Ooh. This one fought back quite badly. 2 strength points lost on our tank, though it was on the river, so that's actually really bad luck. But we got +1 defense hero, so maybe it gets better next time. Well, and now Paris slowly but surely gets under our control. We assemble our artillery around it. Still keep pounding bombers. And now they managed to reinforce there, but it's too late, I think. Easy target for our bombers. We don't want to bring up our tank. And now we completely got all the cities except this one. They cannot reinforce anymore. That's great news for our side. Well, they're reinforcing there. Their only option. Still, our fighters have a lot of work to do. Now it's time to take the airfields. They cannot buy units there, but it's prestige for us, so we'll take them all. Wow, +3 attack for our infantry. That's really, really great. Well, and +3 defense for our artillery. That's not really helpful. You shouldn't get hits on your artillery anyways, but well, maybe it will become handy sometimes. We might even consider switching this to a Sturg. There the plus defense is actually really good, but we will lose all of our overth ranks, so I have to consider this, but that's an option. And around Paris, they are still resisting. One unit down. Oh, and they are counter-attacking. That's a surprise. But not a good idea. Well, and another scout car. More work for our bombers. Only 4 damage. But now we've got the city. We can surround it. And it's gone. We even got +1 attack. That's great. And a little bit of prestige. No, we should be able to take the last cities now. We have still time left, so it's no problem. Wow, completely wiped them out. They were suppressed, so it was easy. And only Paris left. That's the first time that Paris is that well defended since I played this. But well. running into defensive fire. And now we are using it to surround it. And it surrenders. Great. And only one infantry unit remaining. I hope it's on hold position, otherwise our Panzerjäger is dead. But I'm pretty confident it is, because they never did any counterattacking there. That's it. The counterattack is destroyed. We're taking the last remaining cities in the airfields. And this turn Paris should fall. Well, +2 attack for the fighter. That's really outstanding. I think we will wait a turn because we have still one turn left. But at least we can force a surrender. Great. Paris surrenders. That's historical. But we don't take the city. Wow, a Knight's Cross, our first one for the fighter. You don't get anything from those medals, it's just for prestige and not in-game prestige. And now, that's it, we got a decisive victory. We completely wiped out the French forces and took every victory location. Our losses, well, let's take a look. We cannot. That's a pity, but yeah, they were pretty high, but not that bad. Overstrength's almost completely gone. But no major issues. We didn't have to reinforce one of our core units during the scenario, so well, I'm pretty happy with this outcome, and I think we are ready for Operation Sea Lion. See you there. Bye, good night.